Hey guys, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Consultant. I'm bringing you a deck profile of what I'm going to be taking to regionals here in Iowa. It's Machina Gadget, would be the right name for it. It's my build. There are a couple things that are different that a lot of people don't run, but I like this. I've been test playing it a lot on Dueling Network and it's working out well. So to go on the deck list, you got 3 Gear Frame, I like to call Orange Gadget. It's just one of the searchers of the deck. It gets out your fortress, get cannon in hand, gets all that out. Now for the gadgets, you got 2 green, 2 yellow, and 2 red for the stoplight. Gadgets train gets it going, keeps your hand consistent, and it's very good because they'll start wasting cards on the gadgets to stop that. 2 fortress. I think 3 gets too cluttered really fast. I've been trying it. It gets cluttered. Like you'll draw 2 fortress and you can't pitch anything, so it just gets cluttered too fast. The 2 cannon I do like because you can search into cannon a lot. And instead of just having 1, you can pitch it for this a lot easier, and it works out really well. I would not run more than 2 though. Double tour guide for you can have the rank 3s exceeds, because if you top deck this late game, it can change like everything. Because if you have nothing on the field, you top deck this late game, you can go into Zen main, stall for a little bit. You can go into Anomaly, you can do something out of this if they don't have Veiler in hand. And the one of is 1 Cyber Dragon for Fortress Dragon, because you can special summon it. You can go for an OTK basically, or an FTK, because you have that in hand with limited removal and a couple other things. You can special summon this, go for game really easily. So I really like that as 1. I wouldn't go for more than 1 though. Maybe in the side. Spells. Well, first off, you got the Holy Trinity, because it's the Holy Trinity. Basically in every deck. Maybe not in like Gravekeepers for Monster Boy and stuff like that, but basically every deck. Triple MST, because this deck has needs a lot of back row hate. You got to get rid of back row to get your attacks through and everything like that. So yeah, double duality, draw power. You need to get your bosses to hand really easily. Double smashing. I tech this card in because you gotta get Thunder King out of the way. Basically any beaters that are just in your way that you can't overpower. So main 2 smashing just to take out everything. Another staple would be limit removal. This card can literally change everything. Like you can have it said, they can go for an attack over your monster. You can play removal and damage calculation. They can't stop their attack, and it just makes them take damage. And their monster destroyed. 1 Pot of Avarice, definitely. This card should be banned, honestly, in personal opinion, because you draw 2. It's like a +7 basically, because you get 5 monsters back for recycling, and you draw 2, which can change the whole outlook of the game. And 1 Mind Control, because it can go for game basically. If you have this in hand, limit removal and fortress basically on the field, it's game. Because if they only have 1 monster and that's it, like defense, you can target it, you can Mind Control it, you go for game. I really love that card. I like it over Creature Swap because you don't have to waste your own monster. Trap lineup's pretty big in this deck, at least mine is. 2 Compulse, good in the XYZ engine because you can let them bring out their XYZ monster and then just pop it back, and it wastes both their monsters and their XYZ. Double Bottomless because it gets rid of those big things you just don't want to deal with. Double D Prison because it doesn't destroy, it banishes, so it gets around Stardust and cards like that. Really good card. Double Torrential because you can recycle a lot in this deck. It's really good to the point to where like you don't care. Like I'll have Fortress on field and I have like cannon in hand. I'll just Torrential their big play and I'll just get Fortress back next turn easily. Double Call because recycling and getting cards back on the field are really good, because once you get like Fortress out a couple times in the game, they'll just start getting really annoyed and try figuring out ways to blow it up, and they'll just be focused on that. The Judgment Duo, because there's Solemn Duo because it's the Solemn Duo. There's no explanation needed. Dark Bride because it's like another Judgment and it's a really good card. Ultimate Offering, the MVP of this deck. You have Ultimate Offering first turn, you set it. Next turn you go, and it just sets you off because you can summon 2 gadgets each turn, and it just makes it, your Seed Engine gets pumped for Gear X. It's just ridiculous. And 1 Starlight Road because stops back row destruction on you, and you get a free Stardust out of it, so why not? Extra deck, I am missing 3 cards out of it. I'm missing 2 Gear X's, so if anybody has any of those, I would trade for them or maybe buy them off you for a good price. So message me if you got anything like that. And number 11 Big Eye. 1 Fortress Dragon because you have the 1 Cyber Dragon, and if you're playing machines, you can just wreck them. The 1 Stardust for Starlight Road. Rank 4s, this is only in there because I don't have Gear X. Gemini to get over 25s. Shockmaster. This guy's really good in this. Measure for defense. 2 Utopia because I don't have the second Gear Gun X, so I'm just maining 2 Utopia. 1 Roach for dragons, dark worlds, anything like that. For rank 3s, I actually run a lot of these because the tour guide is just mainly for situations. That's why they just for their big beaters I can't get over at times, so I'll just go into that. Leviathan, Giga Brilliant, Zen mains for stalling. That card I will main every time. And Anomaly because it stops them because like they won't know what to do because they don't want to attack into it because they don't want to take damage. So it just helps you a lot because you can like special summon defense and then what are they going to do? So it's really good. For the side deck, you got 1 Gores. The reason I'm citing this is because I don't really like hand traps in this deck. I'm going to be maining 1 Trag. I have a friend that's going to give me one. I will be maining 1 Trag, so that's what I'll be citing in this inning for. Double Veiler for tour guides and cards like that. It's just for certain decks. For wind-ups, Mermeals, decks like that, this card goes into. The Double Maxi mainly for wind-ups, honestly, because you gotta get those extra draws, and it's really good versus wind-ups. You get those draws, and you just have hand advantage, and it just takes the game. DD Crow for Dark Worlds, Zombies, Insectors. Fissure for Dark Worlds, Dragons, Insectors, Chaos, anything that runs a Chaos engine, basically. Macro for everything the same thing, basically. It's just you have these 2 in there too because it gets rid of cards that use their spell and trap more and they try to recycle them, so it's just basically for things like that. Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for Dark Worlds, Insectors, and Zombies. And 2 Royal Decree. This card honestly will hurt you more than most decks, but a mirror match, you main this in, you side out a bunch of your traps, and it just basically takes the game. So that's the reason I side 2 of them. A lot of people don't, but honestly, if you have 2 of these face down and you side out a bunch of your traps, you can go for game easily because if you have DD Crow, like I sided in DD Crow versus mirror match, because they'll pitch when you get there, like in your turn, you attack over. Their fortress goes to grave. Main phase 2, you have DD Crow in hand, you pitch DD Crow, banish their fortress, they can't get it back. It's really good in the mirror match, honestly. And most people don't think like that, but I just think about like I'll attack into it just to get rid of it. And I'll use I'll fortress, I'll attack into their fortress, both be gone, both effects kick in. Then during my main phase 2, if I have DD Crow in hand, I'll pitch it and get theirs gone for they can't bring it back. And main phase 2, I'll bring mine back. So it's a really good mirror match. And in fact, failure is too. Maxi can be if you let them go off. I honestly don't try as hard as I can not to let them go off because if they go off, it's hard to stop this deck. Honestly, like if I go off, like playing my friend that's running the camera right now, going off has to be hard. Just, like, is it that hard if I go off? It's hard to like beat it.
Sometimes.
Like if you don't like if a player that you're playing doesn't have the counter for it at the time, it's hard to get around it because like 2 fortresses on the field at once is pretty much game, especially if you have Glimmer or Middle face down. There's nothing to really do. So that's my Machina Gadget deck, and I'll be taking it to regionals in Iowa, and I'll give you an update on how it does. Hopefully I do good, like top 8 maybe. If I can do that, it'd be good. I'll see you guys in nationals hopefully. So this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Consultant signing off, but we will bring you a couple other deck profiles. One I like to call the most banned deck ever. So hopefully Zombies here soon, and maybe probably Ancient Gears here soon. So this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Consultant signing off. Rate, like, and subscribe.